Hey, Joey and Andrew here with another reaction video to Charlotte FC versus Inter Miami CF. Now, Charlotte finally got another win, so 3 points in our bucket, and we're undefeated at home, just building that fortress. It's great. So, Andrew, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good. Doing good.
Good. And I'm freaking awesome. It's great to come off of a win. And
Oh, at least you got me tonight and not yesterday, because that
yeah,
5-0 thumping by Man City.
yeah. Well, I mean, you expected it, right? Maybe not that bad, but
I expected 3-1, not 5-0, but
yeah. All right. So the question that's on everyone's mind: what does the CF stand for in Inter Miami CF?
You want me to answer that
Yeah,
question?
I don't know.
Because I can't say Spanish, but it's Club Internacional de Football Miami or something. So we'll just go with club football.
No,
Um,
just it's just crap football. Inter Miami crap football.
their style looked very similar to ours now, Joey.
Who got the
So
win though? Who got the dub? That's all that matters.
I think Inter Miami was a little unlucky, but we'll get to that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad we got 3 points. It was a great game, definitely like great to watch.
yeah. All right, so let's start off by pulling up the good old lineups. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about what we actually ran, and most places that you saw tried to fit the lineup into the same old 4-4-2 formation or the 4-1-3-2, however they put it. And a lot of everyone else was trying to say that it was a 4-3-3. In actuality, it was a 4-1-4-1 with normal Khalina in goal, back four of Mora, Fuchs, Carujo, Lindsay, midfield of Bronico, Bender, Ruiz, and then the front three of Uzwiak, Swiderski, and Gaines. And then there were sub appearances by Alcivar, Shinyashiki, Makun, Reina, and good old Rios. All right, so let's just dive right into the formation. First of all, I think it just looked much better. I think the players knew what they were doing, and things flowed just way better overall. What do you think about it?
Offensively, yes, we had an idea, but we'll get to it. Defensively, there's still some issues to be sorted out, but yeah, offensively, it did look like they knew what they were doing with the ball. And not a single player out, but Gaines looked really threatening. It's just he couldn't do anything when he got the ball. But he in the first half, I mean, he impressed me by getting into positions. So they were attacking that right side. They knew what they were doing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
All right. So one thing that we brought up multiple times during the watch along was how the forwards were actually ending up in the back line when it was defending on their side. And it really confused me at the time because I was going off the assumption that we were doing the traditional 4-3-3. Well, when you're in a system like this, the 4-1-4-1, the outside winger, which would be Gaines and Camille in this instance, they are responsible for tracking back and covering the wing when the ball's on their side. In a normal 4-3-3 situation, it would be the midfielder, so either Bender or Ruiz, that would cover and fill in the back line. So, that makes more sense to me now. I understand it. I don't like our forwards having to track back that much. They have to run enough as it is, and them having to go literally back all the way to the back line is not ideal for me. Now, outside of that, you have the ratings here. What do you think of the ratings?
Um, I haven't looked at them, but overall, I mean, they're within a half a point. I don't think our back line, I wouldn't have give anyone. I mean, I think our back line got rated a little highly. I mean, we did keep a clean sheet. So when you keep a clean sheet, you're going to obviously statistically look better. But we do have three specific plays we'll show you here in a second where we were fortunate. So I think the back line was rated maybe a little highly, although Mora, I didn't think he was the worst of the back line, and he's rated the worst. So that's kind of weird to me. I don't necessarily agree with that. Everyone else, again, I mean, everyone's within a half a point. I'm not gonna nitpick. I do think Khalina was definitely the man of the match. So anyone that gave anyone else the man of the match, I don't understand, because Khalina did save us that game. In the end.
Yeah. So before we started recording, you brought up that the broadcast gave Shinyashiki the man of the match, and I kind of understand that because he did score the winning goal, but he by far was not the best player of the night, because honestly he didn't play enough to have that. And Khalina, both keepers, you can see both of them are the highest rated on their respective clubs. Khalina made some amazing saves. Calendar, I don't think he made really truly amazing saves himself, but he got the job done for the most part.
That's the reason why he didn't make truly amazing saves, is because we didn't create truly amazing opportunities, bar one. And two, Swiderski did have an amazing opportunity, took an extra touch, then unfortunately it got blocked. But those were the two big chances we had in the game.
Yeah, so I'd say we had even more chances that probably could have been even better, but the final shot just never came to fruition, where Gaines had a couple where he just couldn't keep control of. Then I forget who it was, but someone put in a wonderful cross right in the 6-yard box, and both Swiderski and Bender just stood in the box like statues and didn't go for it.
I think Carujo actually, either Moro or someone put in that cross that I wasn't expecting, and I was yelling in the watch, where the heck is someone? It's literally rolling. Anyone could have come and slid in and got a goal. Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'm very happy with how the formation played out. I look forward to it, improving, especially the back line. There were a lot of iffy scenarios, and if Miami were more clinical, that could have been actually a very bad night for us. Now, the one goal, Shinyashiki, was awesome. Let's just see how it happened. Yeah, it's great. So we pretty much everybody had been wanting Reyna to actually show something and be the player that everyone thought he could be. And his appearance this match was great. You saw that ball that he put in for Shinyashiki there. He also had some other just phenomenal movement, great passing, and played actually exactly how I want him to coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gaines started, but I think he outplayed Gaines. So we'll see. Moving forward, can he do this only off the bench, or can he do this starting?
Yeah. All right. So another thing that I want to talk about with this goal specifically is the build up to it. So we just saw how the goal materialized, but going up to it. So we have a long ball here, and then for whatever reason, here in a little bit, you'll see the midfield for Miami just get all way out of position. So look at him; he's getting so much room to run up there, and then he passes the ball off to Reyna. I don't know what Miami was thinking there. Let's just run that again.
So Carujo had a great long ball, which was Swiderski handled perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And he found Bronico in the midfield. Now, when this was happening, I was literally yelling because I was afraid he wasn't going to find Reyna. But he did. And yeah, that is our most complete, well-worked goal of the season, in my opinion.
I agree. However, I don't think it really should have happened. I don't know what Miami was doing, but their midfield got all out of position and allowed Bronico to just run through completely uncontested. And we both don't really care for Bronico that much, but still, he's a professional.
Wait! He changed me a little bit this game.
Oh, no way! No way!
I thought this was his best game. I thought by far this was his best game, and him making that progressive run, him seeing the assist, I thought he did. I didn't think he was the worst midfielder this game, actually. So in a lot of games, I would say he's our worst midfielder. But I didn't think that today. I thought he did okay. We'll see some defensive clips, but where admittedly everyone in the defense needs to work on some things. But I'm not his biggest fan, but I'll give him credit when credit is due.
Yeah,
I think he played a really good game.
Yeah, I'll go and say that this game is by far the best I've seen him play as a Charlotte FC player. But I'm still by no means a fan of his. All right, let me get that out of the way. So let's change it up to talk about us defensively. I have a couple clips here of some great saves Khalina made, and just to show how iffy our backline can be. So right here, Miami's going to find just space to get into, and our guys, they just can't cover him.
So if you want to play that one back real quick, so Lindsay comes out to get his man. So and then Bronico is going to get that man, and then Lindsay loses man, comes back, and Cruo's pulling up, and the man runs behind him, and Fuchs has to make a decision. He tries to go for it a little late. Luckily, a great save. But again, communication issues kind of break down. I think.
Yeah. So what Lindsay and Bronico ended up both trailing off to cover that same guy, which let the other I don't know any of the Miami players' names.
No.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
Let the other guy come in and just go right by Lindsay, and that created the opening. And then let's go to number 2 here.
And this one I have a lot more questions about because, and I'll ask you before I comment on this. Did we give up possession right before this clip? Or
yes, this.
Okay,
I'm almost positive. So
okay,
real quick,
that
I'm almost
answers
positive.
a lot of my questions.
I'm almost positive this is one of the scenarios where Bender showed his just lack of, professional prowess, where he gives up the ball and then immediately leads to Miami creating this chance here. So let's watch it back again. Yeah, this is after Bender gave up the ball.
Okay. That answers a lot of questions of why our center backs are so far up the field.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why are they so far out of position? And I was going to ask you, like, was this after a turnover? So,
yeah.
So I will say, kind of disappointed Bender's not giving more effort if he's the one that just gave the ball away on that one.
Yeah, and the thing that hurt him there was his first touch, which here lately has been pretty bad. It looked like he was a brick wall with the ball hit him and bounced off. He tried to recover it back, and I think he just got knocked down and couldn't get it. But another thing to point out is, let me just play it one more time, is you'll see Camille again in the back line, and he has no chance against this guy. Like, he just got bodied off, and
but he was taking on 2 folks. So I mean, like, you give him credit. And when we were watching the game again, like you said, we were like, what the heck is he doing back here? Like, why is he playing so deep? So I'm totally glad you clear that up, because I had no idea that is what we were doing this game. So it definitely answers a lot of other questions I had. But that one we were very fortunate not, they were not as clinical. And then you show the third one, and Miami fans, if you know anything about the Gaines incident, this is essentially it happening to your team.
Yep. All right. So here we go. Yeah. So it's pretty clear that Miami had a great chance, but yeah.
The guy made the wrong decision. So I think it's Bender. I can't tell who. Someone dove for the ball, and they took a chance. They risked it. They missed it, and unfortunately, their man came free. Crew was trying to catch up, but he was already beat at that time. And then that guy, the Miami guy, should have passed it to the wide open guy on the other side of the field because he already beat his man. He just didn't. He took a shot on himself, which luckily for us, he did because Khalina blocked it and didn't lead to a goal. But those were, they had 3 well-worked chances and they didn't score any of them. So again, credit to Khalina, but you could clearly see there's some communication issues in the defensive back that they'll need to sort out. That's my big takeaway from this game. So
yeah, definitely, and Fuchs getting injured definitely didn't help. We both talked about during the watch along that McCoon is definitely a player that has talent and room to grow, and he does receive a lot of flack that I don't believe is 100% justified. Obviously there's players all over the team that don't perform optimally, and McCoon's one of them. But I think he has room, to improve, and will just only get better in time. If he doesn't, then sure, criticize him for that.
No, I thought he had a pretty good game. I mean, just watching him. I mean, hell, he took a shot. I mean, who would have believed that? I mean, so I didn't think he had a bad game at all. I mean, I think there's other people. I'm still concerned about Lindsay's defense. If you would go back and look at the heat maps, he's got Crujo and Bronico helping him out like the whole game. Because they keep attacking us down that right side, and every team is going to attack us down that right side. So he just needs to work on his defense, and then we'll be okay there. Again, another young player. Like I said before, I probably would have started awful just to give him a break after that really bad prior game, but they went with him. Again, clean sheet, so I can't rip him too much, but you could clearly see in the first clip we showed, still there's communication mistakes in the back.
Yeah. All right. Now you mentioned the heat maps. Let me pull up the average positions for that match. One thing that you pointed out that I didn't really take note of while we were watching the match is how far Ruiz kept getting. And I would see him up there every once in a while, but I didn't know he was consistently that far up. So in this graphic, you can see he's pretty much right beside Swiderski. And I have 2 things with that. One, Swiderski, come on, man. You don't need to be dropping that far back anymore. We're changing for the better. We're gonna get things right. You got to stay up front and receive the ball. And Ruiz, good for you, man. If you see that our offense is getting the ball around like that, feel free to get ahead. Ruiz, honestly, I thought he was just great.
Yeah, no, I think he earned the next start. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought he was our best midfielder. So I think he's starting, against Montreal. I'd probably actually run out probably the same team, maybe not Gaines. We'll see how that works. I mean, would you play Gaines again? Would you run out the same 11, starting 11?
Yeah, I would. I'm willing to give Gaines a lot more time. I don't think we are that pressing for goals at the moment to like massively shake things up. So I'm willing to let the players just kind of grow into it. But
Do you think Shinya Shiki will start?
ooh, that's a possibility. That is a definite possibility. Like I said, I'm willing to let Gain start, but I really like what I saw from Shinya Shiki. He looked amazing to me.
Yeah, he was all over the right side of the field, and he did really well. I mean, he also did a lot of the dirty work. So, I mean, which was great to see. I didn't expect it from him, coming in so soon. So I was surprised. And honestly, that goal he scored, how many others on our team could score that goal? Maybe Swiderski, but that's it. So yeah, I was really impressed with what I saw. So yeah, that's the question. Like, do you go out with the 11 that just won and looked actually really good? Even though I would say we looked in control most of the game. Just from an eyeball perspective, despite the defensive lapses. And I thought we made the subs at the right time,
Yes.
but we were questioning, was he going to do it, or did the Fuchs injury precipitate is like, oh well, let's just, we were going to do one, but let's just do them all now.
Yeah, I think it was kind of both. I think it looked like it was playing out to where he would do subbing a little bit early, but then when Fuchs went down, it was like, yeah, let's just go ahead and make the call, which obviously it worked, and I'm happy with that. The one thing I'll say is that there was a time in the second half where it looked like we had kind of lost control a little bit. Before in the first half, we were keeping them pinned back a lot, and a lot of their chances were only on counterattacks. We were stopping them from keeping good possession. In the second half, that got away from us a little bit, but still overall, we kept a clean sheet. We got the goal that we needed, and just being able to pull that kind of stuff out as a young club, when you're not playing 100% optimally, I think that's really good looking forward. All right, we kind of jumped around a bit.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we missed or that you want to get to?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, if anyone goes to the heat maps, this will be the first game you actually see people in the box, and they'll be dark orange. And oddly enough, Shinyashiki and Reina are the two that are the darkest. So, good. But like Joey said, I think Swiderski needs to bump it up a few more yards. I think he could play a little further forward. And then the other thing I just want to credit Carujo, because that man was, I mean, you say box to box. I mean, geez, he's like what? I mean, he basically goal to goal,
Goal to
because
goal, yeah.
I mean, like, that guy, he would be showing up all the way down the field. Like, what is this? I couldn't believe it. So, I mean, I thought he might be our best. I almost think he might be our best center back. You know, that's I was down on him a while back, but he's been, ever since his bad game, he's definitely turned it back. And
Yeah.
And again, having Fuchs beside him obviously helps him.
Yeah, a lot of that's hard for me to judge because, I'm so used to watching MLS or not MLS, but Premier League and, European football. I don't know. It's just really hard for me to gauge the quality of the players sometimes, and especially with defenders in this league. But yeah, This game, I think he was just great. I love it. I absolutely love it when defenders make runs like that. As a Chelsea fan, Rudiger does that kind of stuff all the time. Just goes complete madman and runs all the way down the field, and it gives life. The crowd loves it too. You can always hear them, just going wild when that kind of stuff happens.
And I think once Lindsay settles his defense down beside him, Carujo won't feel the need to like maybe help and overcommit and see he got caught out because he's trying to help out. Like so I think if Lindsay gets his defense sorted out, I think they'll even be more solid back there. And even then Bronico doesn't have to play so deep,
Yeah.
So Joey, other than I asked you about the starting 11. My other final question is, do you think we'll play this 4-1-4-1 next week? Do you
Yeah,
think this is where he envisions the team at?
I do. This, 4-3-3 / this, pretty much operate the same way, with some minor tweaks. I think that this is the way forward, and I'm almost positive that this is how we will go long term.
Sounds good.
Yep.
So takeaway, we got to win. Great. Somewhat fortunate. Defense needs work, but who cares? And Montreal is at home, is it not?
Yes, but before that, we have our U.S. Open Cup match against the Richmond Kickers, and that is in Richmond. And on social media, it's funny because everyone's like, "Oh, yes, we didn't draw Atlanta, we didn't draw Nashville, we've got this in the bag." No, man, these kids, they're going to come out to play against us. I'm in one of the discords I'm in is for a Chelsea podcast, and there's some Kickers fans in there, and boy, they are excited. It's going to be interesting. I hope our boys show up and we don't get hoodwinked or something, but definitely don't take this game lightly.
No. Do you think we will see the new Colombian signing? Has he arrived in Charlotte yet?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that Fuchs gets a complete day off.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, especially coming off of an injury, which today Coach Miguel did say that he'll be back in the rotation, but I just want him to fully heal. I would prefer him not even to make the trip. But I assume that Vargas may get some time if he actually is around, maybe a few minutes. Otherwise, expect some heavier rotation with Reyna getting some time and probably Yan coming in back at center half. Otherwise, then there's Montreal on the weekend. That should be another great home match. They are going to be a lot better than Miami. And I think that if we play how we did with creating chances and having smooth play going forward, we still have a good shot. But I don't think it'll be as easy as it was against Miami.
It's at home, so I'm just not even going to bet against us at home. So I'm not even going to say anything since it's a home game. But Montreal's a better team than Miami, like you said. Miami's going to feel unlucky, and probably rightly so, but who cares, right? 3 points is 3 points, so moving on up.
Yep. All right. Last thing, we now have a Discord. The link to join the Outhouse Discord is in the description below. Come chat with us about whatever the heck you want. Obviously, football, both real football and American football, or the price of housing, whatever floats your boat. I've been enjoying some economics myself here lately. I've been getting into some stuff on Twitter. So come just chat, hang out, join in on some videos with us.
And if you're gonna chat with me, keep it to like 4-ply versus 2-ply toilet paper type chat. Don't get into the heavy economics. Keep it very lighthearted. We can discuss the merits of quilted and not quilted toilet paper.
Yeah, but speaking of Twitter discussions, here I was today. Just I came across a tweet showing some attendance numbers for the MLS this past weekend, and I'm like, oh man, this is really cool. Back when I was a kid and teenager and stuff, this was pretty unheard of. You never thought MLS would get these kind of numbers. So I just retweeted it saying that like this is awesome, especially here in the South. And Mr. Andrew comes along and is like trying to rain on my parade, saying, "Oh no, MLS sucks. It'll never."
I did not use that word. Don't misquote me now. Like I do come with some controversial takes, but all I was saying, and no, I did see a Nashville fan say they lost 6.5% over their first game, so their attendance. They're expecting their attendance to drop. That's all I was saying is show it over a full season. Again, we're an expansion team, so our attendance better damn be good because that would be tragic if it's not. But one thing that, Tweet did note is how poor the attendance out is in California. I don't know if it's the price of the games or, just living in California. It gets people down. Who knows? But their attendance is bad. So, I mean, the good thing is the attendance is way up in the South. That's great news. But as Joe and I have talked before, if MLS can't work out their TV deal, they're going to be up the creek without a paddle. Thank goodness Charlotte puts theirs on the internet for us. Otherwise, us personally in Colombia, it's supposed to be shown on Watch Fox, but it's never picked up. So we literally have no way to watch the game if the football team did not put it on the internet. So kudos to you guys. You shouldn't have to do that. You should be getting ad revenue so you can be buying, more expensive players. So
let's just bring Messi in. Let's just get it done.
Taking a dig at the press conference today. I like it, but yeah, I think that's all we have. I think now we're just screwing around. So, yeah. So Joe, you want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Andrew, we doing a watch along this weekend for Montreal?
Yeah, you better damn believe it.
Awesome. Yeah, so make sure to tune in for that. We will probably start about 15 minutes or so before kickoff, maybe longer if they hold the kickoff a little bit extra long. Otherwise, keep a lookout for some other content we have. And then until next time, see you later.
Take care, everybody.